Well, the good out of the weekend. If you're a college football fan and then you also like the news cycle and politics, well, Saturday up in Ames, Iowa, was quite a scene. So Donald Trump, Ron DeSantis, Vivek Ramaswamy, all the candidates, not all, but a lot of the candidates, were in Ames, Iowa on Saturday for the Iowa State versus Iowa football game. It's called the Cy-Hawk rivalry. It's become a really good game over the last few years since Matt Campbell's gotten that program on track there at Iowa State. And it's become a game that now airs on primetime Fox. It was on the main Fox channel at 2:30 in the afternoon on Saturday. So it's getting a very big billing to be in that time slot. It's not on ESPN 8. It's on Big Fox at 2:30 on Saturday afternoon. So you got Trump walking through the stadium like the White Knight. And if you didn't hear this, take a listen to how fans reacted to him just literally walking through the concourse at Jack Trice Stadium in Ames. Now, here's the thing. That's Trump walking to the concourse at the Iowa State game on Saturday. There's plenty of viral photos as well of people flipping him off. So, it's both sides of the coin, but obviously in Iowa, you're going to have more favorable than those flipping him off. But I'm watching that scene unfold on Saturday on social media, and I'm like, we're never going to see anything like this again in our lifetimes, where somebody transcends traditional politics and becomes this larger-than-life figure. It's not even about Trump and his policies anymore, right? He has become bigger than anything that he stands for on the policy side. Now, for some people, that means they hate him. For many, that means they love him. But those that love him far beyond his policies and really separate from his policies. And also, those that hate him, those that can't stand him, oftentimes it has nothing to do with the policy. If you were to actually break it down, they would probably say, yeah, there are some good policies there. But it is just unlike anything we'll ever see in politics. And Ron DeSantis was also at the game. He was sitting with Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds, and he's sitting in the stands just kind of shaking hands. And don't get me wrong, I think DeSantis has done a great job. But when you're going up against the 500-pound gorilla, I don't know what you do. I don't know how you do it. So that's the good out of the weekend. The bad, Joe Biden today on the 22nd anniversary of the 9/11 attacks is in Alaska. Yeah. He was in the Far East meeting last week. Then he stopped in Vietnam. And now he's in Alaska today because he couldn't make it back in time for a 9/11 ceremony. So here's a guy who has spent most of the last several weeks on vacation at his beach house. And the one thing that he could do, by the way, as the leader of the free world is, and it's a very easy thing to do on 9/11, show your face in one of three places: New York City, Washington, D.C., where you reside, or Shanksville, Pennsylvania. That's all you got to do. And it's not a difficult thing to do either. And it's all that's really being asked of you. And for some reason, a guy who really rarely ever travels can't get himself to one of those three places on the 22nd anniversary of September 11th. How the heck is that even? I don't know how it's possible. I don't know who's in charge to make these decisions, but it is one of the most boneheaded moves and completely avoidable mistakes that you could ever possibly have. That was the bad out of the weekend. And the ugly, the Royals hit 100 losses for the first time since 2019. And that happens, and they have the worst record, by the way, in Major League Baseball. They're 44-100. And this comes, of course, right before they're set to ask the taxpayer of either Clay or Jackson County for upwards of $1 billion. I mean, it's not that I don't think the new stadium is a bad investment, but boy, it's a hell of a time to ask for one. Is it not? There's the good, the bad, and the ugly out of the weekend.